crews take a wrecking ball to the old DeGaulle Manor apartment complex in Algiers after years of legal wrangling with its owners.
Less than 2 weeks ago, our Fox 8 Defender's investigation into the property highlighted neighbors' grave concerns about the site.
At that same time, one of the owners blamed New Orleans leaders for the lack of progress and vowed to redevelop it. Tonight, city officials and neighbors say this is a huge step forward for the community.
I'm happy to see it come down. I'm happy to see it being cleaned and cleared.
We are super excited about this day to finally get started, to give this people in this community some relief.
First thing Wednesday morning, city crews ripped out overgrown vegetation, then began tearing down buildings on the old DeGaulle Manor site in Algiers.
Actually come here today and hear the machines and hear the trucks and see the demolition happening. Okay, now I can kind of breathe a sigh of relief and do a victory lap, so to speak.
City leaders fought for years to have something done with this property.
Right now we're kind of in a limbo.
Local developer Josh Bruno bought it 7 years ago and since then racked up numerous code enforcement violations and fines.
The fact of the matter is that you had 7 years and you didn't do anything. And this place turned into a jungle.
Less than 2 weeks ago, our Fox 8 Defenders investigation uncovered grave concerns from people who live near the property and from city leaders themselves.
It's not safe for our children. It's not safe for anyone around here.
Would you be okay with your own children walking through this complex, walking along it, near it every day to get to and from school?
Absolutely.
The city tried to demolish the roughly 25-acre site before, but Bruno and his partners fought the demolition in court. And Bruno told us the city was hampering his efforts to redevelop the site into new housing and retail space.
And when Cantrell took over, things started changing dramatically.
What happened?
Went from a working relationship where we're working with all the groups to lots of roadblocks.
It's an allegation the city refutes. Last week, Louisiana Supreme Court justices ruled against Bruno and his partners.
They all sided together and said, no, basically your time is out. You've had plenty of time to rehabilitate this property and you've done nothing.
Because of the size of this property, it'll take a few weeks for all of the structures to come down and for the land to be fully cleared. The cost of the demolition is around $2 million. That will be billed to Josh Bruno and his partners.
He's still the owner, and hopefully, he'll sell the property when we finish demolishing it, and then we can get some economic developers in here to come in and come up with a reasonable plan that's based on what's best for this community.
Whatever comes next, these neighbors say will be better than what's sat here for years. The shell of an old subsidized public housing complex left open and exposed.
It's been here for a very long time, and the neighborhood deserves better.
Councilman Freddie King says cleaning up this area was a campaign promise.
Children had to walk to school, walk to the nursery, and look out their back window and see this.
His fight to protect his neighbors in Algiers never stopped, making this demolition that much sweeter.
To be able to resolve an issue like this in your own backyard, it means a lot, and I'm just happy and proud.
DeGaulle Manor was listed on Mayor Cantrell's Dirty Dozen list of the most notable blighted properties in New Orleans. Josh Bruno sent us a statement today saying in part this was an illegal demolition because there's still an open appeal and open litigation on the site.